Going to do a speaking part one super hack. um, we're just going to talk about different speaking part one questions and how to answer. Uh, I think it's I think it is important that we start at the beginning to to practice speaking in the correct way for every question. Speaking part one questions are supposed to be easy. They're so easy, we often make a mistake. We try to answer them differently. We try to answer them different than we do with speaking part two or speaking part three or just speaking in real life. But a high band score speaker speaks the same way for every question in their whole life, right? There's no difference between part one speaking or part two speaking and talking to your friends and talking to your coworkers and talking to your teachers. A high band score means you speak the same way to everyone. Now, of course, you use different words. With your friends, you're going to say curse words and talk about memes. And with your teachers or coworkers, you're going to use formal words. But the way you talk will always be the same. So I want you to practice with me tonight how to do it. This is how you answer every question for the rest of your life. All right. And you will get a band 8 or 9 if you can do it very well. We'll start. I'll go in with an example and then a breakdown. Let me pull up. I have a course here. You can buy that if you want, but let's just go to a quick part one. Do you live in a house or a flat? Do you live in... Can I write that on the screen somehow? I'm not doing that. Do you live in a house or flat? There's our question for today. Our first question. Do you live in a house or a flat? Now, for speaking part one, this answering a question like this, you start with a simple answer. All right? You start with a lead-in plus a simple answer. You do this with every question in your whole life. If someone asks you a question, usually you do a lead-in, which is a comment about the question. Do you live in a house or a flat? Let me think. Or, why did you ask that? Or, Or, that's an interesting question. Or, oh, that's super easy. Or, haven't you been to my place before? Everything that is not the answer is the lead-in, and every question in your entire life that's good has a lead-in. You should go through your life and think about this. Every time someone asks you something, you always lead in before you answer it, unless it's your parents and you're angry. If you're in a bad mood, you just answer questions. Yes, no, red, blue. Do you live in a house or a flat? A flat. Honey, it's time for dinner. Are you hungry? No. Right? If you're in a bad mood, you answer a question directly. It's actually a little bit rude. For native speakers, it feels a little rude if you just answer a question without a lead in. So always lead in. And that's anything you say that is not the answer. That's step one. There are 7 steps to answering a question. That's step one. Lead in plus a simple answer. So, do you live in a house or a flat? Let me think. I live in a flat. Actually, I think I live in a flat. Honestly, I'm from America. We don't have flats. We have apartments. I live in an apartment. But yeah, so simple answer. Lead in plus a simple answer. Done. That's the first step of answering part 1. You don't have to think. You don't have to think deeply about any question, any part 1 question. Use your instincts. Hit it with a lead in that will give you enough time to understand whatever you're going to say, and then answer it simply. 1 word, 2 words, or use a higher level technique. You repeat the question as an answer. Do you live in a house or a flat? I live in a flat, right? You just use the words from the question in the answer. So that's step 1. That's how you answer every question on the IELTS and in your whole life. Step 2, all right? When you get to speaking part 1, in general, you will be able to do 2 steps. All right? You'll be able to get off 2 pieces of information. The first piece is a simple answer to their question. The second piece, all right, is your opinion. Okay? You never just want to stop at the simple answer. Do you live in a house or a flat? I live in a flat. It's not it's not good. It's not good. That's not band 9. That's like a band 2, all right? You can't do that. You have to say more. You have to say more. So you do step 1 and then you do step 2, which comes naturally. Step 2 is where you give your thoughts or your feelings. You give your opinion, all right, about the topic. There's a format that you can find out if you get this micro course, or if you study with me, right? If you go to my company and sign up and study, of course, you'll learn this. The in-depth technique. But for now, I'll tell you, this is called your thoughts or feelings. You'll start after you give your answer, I live in a flat, you will always say, I think, blah, 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 and blah, 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 because blah, blah, blah. All right? You can get this written down in the micro course, or study with me, or just watch all of my TikToks forever until you get all the answers. It's up to you. But so I think, do you live in a house or a flat? That's interesting. I actually live in a flat. I think, and you give your opinion, an adjective. I think my flat is great. And, right, and then you have to give a second clause, right? You need to connect one idea with another one with a conjunction, and, or, but, so, something like that. So, I live in a flat. I think my flat's pretty great. And I feel, I feel very lucky to have found it. And next you'll say because, however, therefore, although, in addition, here's where you use your one of those. I'm going to use however. All right, because you'll see. So I think my apartment is pretty great, and I'm lucky I found it. However, I do overpay for the rent. I overpay for my apartment. So that is one negative thing about it. That's it. That's a band 9 answer to speaking part 1. 2 steps. 2 steps. Compound, complex sentence, adjectives. There's no, I don't remember any adverbs, but whatever. If you have an adverb, that's fine. Anyway, that's it. If you speak that way, your examiner will drop their guard and start to listen to you like a person and not like a test subject. Okay. I'm going to write what I just said. Why is it white? Step 1 plus step 2. For speaking part 1, you are going to do step 1 and step 2. All right. It takes practice. Yes, it takes practice to speak this way. However, this is the most natural way to speak. So it's not difficult. It's not difficult. They just never taught you. Oh, someone says they saw me on the Average Man Unplugged. Don't talk about that interview in this live, my friend, because this is for education about English. This is for students and not for adults. Average Man Unplugged was for adults. Actually, I do have a guide from. I talked about that guide on that interview. A different guide. You should DM me, and I'll send that to you. It doesn't cost any money. I'll just give it to you. Whatever. No. Don't feel bad. If you saw that, you want to get this thing. I made like a whole write up of the process of what it's like living in Vietnam, the kind of experience you'll have with like pictures and videos. So you should actually just send me a message, and I will send that to you because it's useful. I was thinking of charging for it, but fuck it. So you take it. I'm just going to give it to whoever wants it. It's useful. Back to the subject at hand. All right. Speaking part 1. And so step 2 is where you just give your opinion. You just give your opinion in a natural, native way. All right. Usually your teachers don't tell you how to do this. They just give you the tools and you will have to figure it out. But it's step by step. Everyone talks the same way. So you'll step 1, give your lead in plus a simple answer. All right. And then step 2, I'll break this down. Let me see if I can break this down. Where's step 2? Yeah. Okay. So there's if you look here, all right, the form of the sentence is I think plus an adjective plus a compound complex. Why doesn't it say compound complex? All right. So, I think plus an adjective plus a compound complex sentence. I think blah, blah, blah is blah, blah, blah and blah, blah, blah because blah, blah, blah. All right? It seems strange. It seems strange and very specific, but at the same time, not specific enough. No one can tell you exactly what to say, but I can tell you how to say whatever you want. How to say whatever you want so that you get a band 8 or band 9, okay? You can't really get a band 9 from speaking part 1, but you can get the feeling of a band 8. You can give your examiner a feeling in their mind, oh, this person is pretty high level. This is going to be fun. And that's what you want. Let's do another example, all right? Can you describe the place where you live? Can you describe the place where we live? So we'll do step 1, lead in plus simple answer. Yeah, I think so. Actually, I live in Ho Chi Minh City, but not near the center. All right, this is just true for me. I live in it, but I don't live near the center. I live on the outside. On the outside. And then you give your step 2, which is what you think, your opinion about the answer. I think the place where I live, you could say that however you want. I think the place where I live, I think my area, I think my neighborhood, I think my location, I think the spot where my house is. There are 1 million different ways to say your answer. If you say it in the right way, what you say doesn't matter. And I've said this before in other TikToks. What you say doesn't matter. It's all in how you say it. So, I think my area is mostly comfortable. Someone says they got a 4.5 on their IELTS. 4.5 is enough for some visas to qualify for some work visas. So you should be okay with that. And if you want more, it's probably a small matter of vocabulary and mostly how you use it, how you answer the questions. Do you follow the steps? So, what was the question? Tell me about your area. Describe the place where you live. So, step 1. I actually live in Ho Chi Minh City, but not near the center. I live on the outside. That's how I would answer it. Because when you are describing places, you have to use more. You have to. You just need more information, and it's more difficult than other types of answers. When you're describing where something is, those prepositions of place, in, on, around, near, far, up, above, under, though, you got to have those down. You got to have them down tight. There's no shortcut for that. That just takes raw practice. And if you ever do get the chance to take a course with me, I do try to help people to practice describing where things are in an interesting way. So, I live on the outside. I don't live in the city. I don't live near the center. I live far away, further away from the center. I live on the outskirts, outside, on the border. I might be near the border with the next province, but I think my area is pretty chill. I think it's pretty chill, and I like it. I do. I think it's pretty chill, and I like it. I like it here. This is more true for me, but you don't have to do this. You just remember because, right? I think adjective and adjective because. So I'll answer it that way. I think my area is pretty chill, and I like it. Notice how I use my body to communicate, all right? This is part of speaking. Use your hands. Use your head. Use your face. That is all very important. It's very important. Again, we don't want the examiner to listen to our words. We want them to feel the feeling that they're talking with someone who is very good at English. Right? You talk to people all the time. You don't remember everything that the people say. You only remember the feeling of the conversation. Guess what? Guess what? You're in a conversation with the examiner, and they don't give you a grade until after it's over. They don't remember what you say. They only remember the feeling that you gave them when you were talking to them. IELTS examiners are very good at measuring this feeling, all right? We learn how to measure the feeling we have when we talk to you. Now, of course, we're going to be able to pick out some examples to justify, all right, to use in our calculations. But in general, they say, oh, this person didn't make that many mistakes, or oh, they had good intonation. I don't remember feeling any weirdness when I was talking to them. I don't remember being confused at all. So their lexical resource was good. I remember the conversation flowed really well. So their cohesion, coherence was good. Right? Their fluency was good. I remember they used a lot of, they made some jokes. They made some jokes, and they just kept talking, and I didn't feel bored. Their fluency was good. They're not counting mistakes. They're measuring the feeling of the conversation. So I don't want to say it doesn't matter what you say, but it matters more how you say it. And that's why step 2, talk about your opinion, your thoughts and feelings, is very important. All right, during this first speaking section. So I think my area is pretty chill. And I'll probably stay here for a long time. No, actually, I don't think. I don't think that's true at all. If you remember, I am overpaying for my apartment. I don't like it. Anyway, so I think this area is pretty good. It's not. It's okay. It's okay. It's not noisy. Not too noisy. And it's not too rural. So, and here's my complex part. I just did the compound. It's not too noisy and it's not too rural. That's a compound sentence. Now I make it complex with a so or a therefore. You're not going to say therefore in a normal conversation. You're going to say so. So I feel comfortable. I feel okay. You know, I got a nice, I got a pretty okay view. I won't lie. I have a nice view. I'm on the 19th floor. I can see okay. But yes, that's step two. It seems very complicated when I do it because I can do it forever. I'm going to try and break it down super simple, step by step. Step two. Describe the place where you live. Okay. I think the place I live is nice, and it's usually peaceful. I say usually. Usually is an adverb. Adverbs are very powerful in when you're doing your speaking. They're powerful. They give you good points. They go a long way in helping your examiner give you a high band score, okay? Because they tell the examiner, oh, this person knows a couple different things. If you can use like an adverb like usually, often, sometimes, never, it means you're thinking, all right? You're thinking about the past and the future and the present. You got all three tenses in your mind at the same time, all right? That's why they're good. They're good because they show that you're thinking about more than what you are saying. And that's what a good English speaker does. Now, in step two, you don't have to say usually. You don't have to use an adverb in step two. Someone who's good at English will, but you will use an adverb. You have to use an adverb in step three, which is the next step we'll get to. So, what did I say? I forgot what I was saying. I think my area is okay. It's okay. And usually pretty peaceful, pretty quiet. So, I am not in a rush to move. I am not in a rush. I am not, maybe you don't know to say in a rush. I am not thinking about moving. I'm not. Moving to a new place is not a high priority. So, I will probably stay here for a while longer. Or so, I pay a high rent, but I can go jogging or go for a walk in peace. Therefore, I use therefore. You don't normally use it, but a so leads into a therefore. Therefore, I might stay. I might just stay. All right. I'm trying to use simple language that you can use. Anyone can do what I just did. Anyone can. If you want to come up, it'd be great. We can do like a live, like speaking practice. If you want to speak, do some speaking practice, that's all good. I can change the color. Anyone's welcome. I don't know how to do that. Anyone who wants to should make a comment. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can make a request to speak. I don't know where that is. Anyway, let's do another one. We'll do one more with the step 1 and 2 because actually, for some speaking part 1 questions, it's better to give your simple answer and then give an example. Right? That's called step 1 and step 3. All right. Either way is okay. Either way will get you up to your, band-aid levelish, about a band-aid level. If you do it correctly, you can do step 1 or step 2. You can do step 1 and step 2 or step 1 and step 3. All possible. It just depends on the question. It depends on your feeling actually. All right. Thank you, cool. I'll try. I will. I do want to start doing lives. This is my first one, and I just don't know if they will all be lessons like this. Like, will they all just be lessons, or maybe we'll do some kind of game, or just like a speaking practice where we just talk. I don't know yet, but thank you for the encouragement. What's your name? Which one or two do I say? Ku Tiu Ni. What do I call you? Is it just Tiu Ni? Or is it Ku? You tell me. Tell me what I should call you, bud. Let's do one more. One more with step 1 and 2. So here's the one. I don't like this question. I find Harry. Harry. Good. You know what? I always appreciate if you have an English name, and not for me, just for you. I know it's difficult when people say your name incorrectly, when they say your name wrong, or they have bad pronunciation. It's always like it's like a little bit of like someone's pinching you. It never feels good if someone can't say your name. So I always say just pick an English name. If you're going to France, pick a French name. If you're going to anywhere they have trouble with your name, just pick a new one. Think of it like a nickname. So, Harry, nice to meet you. If you're a follower, you can DM me anytime. All right, let's get into it. So, what was it? What part of your home do you like the most? This is such a stupid question. This is so dumb. Now, it's not always bad, but mostly, right? Everyone's just going to say, I like my room. I like my room. Rarely, some people will say, oh, I like my garden. But everyone knows you're just going to say, I like my room. Now, maybe if you're a fatty like me, you might be like, oh, I like my kitchen. I like the dining room. I like the dining room the best. But everyone's going to say, they're just going to say, I like my room. I hate this question. And you can tell that to the examiner. You're still a band-aid, even if you just talk normally. So if the examiner says, what part of your home do you like the most? I always say you should just be honest. And your lead-in is a good place to be honest. Just say, ugh. just say, ugh. I really don't like this question. It's so boring. Right? Everyone has the same answer. Now, maybe a student doesn't know that, but I'm an examiner. How many people have I asked this question, and I always get the same thing? Um, but so if you have a favorite place and you're excited to talk about it, you should. So, um, what part of your home do you like the most? Okay, so lead in plus simple answer. I've never thought about this before, but I'd have to say my room is my favorite part of my home. All right, now, I want you guys to catch what I just did. You repeat the question in the answer, but you also have to make sure you have subject, verb, agree. You need to make sure you are using the correct words. All right? The question is about your home, your favorite room in your home. So my favorite room in my home, it can be very easy to mess that up. But that again, that does just take practice. That takes practice. You just have to always know what you are talking about. What are you talking about? If you're talking about your home or someone else's home, your parents' home, what are you talking about? Keep that in mind and always say it the same way. If I had said, you can't say my favorite room in the home, your examiner is going to say, what home? I asked about your home. So it's very easy to get confused here. My room in my home. And it always helps if you just repeat the question, but obviously you have to change your to my. So my favorite room in my home. Actually, it's my office. This is my office. This is my home office. It's my office, and I'm actually a little excited about that. But you got to stop yourself. Temper. It's lead in plus simple answer. It's my office. And then you go into your opinion. I think. I think it's my favorite because everything I want is here. And I can use it to get away from the hustle and bustle. Or I can use it to get away from the chaos of my family. Harry, I want you. You're here. If you're still here, Harry, just answer the question in the comment. Just anyone who is here, actually jump in. I want you to try to answer this question according to the format, step 1 and step 2, all right? First, you give a lead in and a simple answer. Oh, that's an interesting question. Let me think about that. Oh, I've never thought about this before. Well, some people might say, however, I think, or any lead in is fine, and then a simple answer. I'd have to say, it's my home office, or, I really like my bedroom. That's tough. But I think I'll go with the living room. Or, I don't know if I have a favorite room. A lot of people don't. So you just have to think of something on the fly. I don't think I have a favorite room. But if I had to pick something, I'd say the garden. Right? If I had a gun to my head, I'd say the bathroom. I like the bathroom. That's where I take my showers. That's where I take a hot shower every day. Right? You could say anything. Anything works. Lead in plus simple answer, and then I think. So for me, I think my office is my favorite because it's got all my computer stuff. I'm a big techie and I love computer stuff. And so I'm surrounded by screens and keyboards and screens uh, and and maybe the best benefit is, no one can judge me when I drink 2 cups of coffee or 3 cups of coffee because I'm a coffee addict. Um, someone just sent a comment, said, "I love you, man. I love you too. Thank you." Would you try to answer that question? Here's the question. What part of your home do you like the most? Okay. What part of your home do you like the most? I have a guide for how to answer every question. It's called the 7 Steps to Band 9 Speaking Guide. And you need to try to answer in the format of step 2, all right, where you use adjectives, you express your feelings, all right, and you give an answer that is interesting for the examiner. Here's the format. I think plus an adjective plus a compound complex sentence. Just like this. Anyone can do this in the comments right now, just like this. I think, all right, so we'll say my favorite room is my bedroom. You say it's your bedroom. I think my bedroom is awesome. And it's personalized, or it shows my personality, or it's a gateway into my mind, or it's my personal space, or it's the best room in the whole house. Or, there are a million different things you can say. Whatever is true for you, just say it, all right? But you have to use an adjective. So I think my room, all right, so my room is my favorite place. I think it's, many of my students say it's not too big or not too small. I think it's not too big and not too small. It's just right for me. Right? If you say it's not too big or not too small, you need to say it's just right. That's just the natural expected thing. It's just right for me. My room, it's not too big, it's not too small. It's just right for me. And I have decorated the walls with some of my paintings, or I have hung some posters hanging on the walls because I love BTS. And so I put a bunch of BTS posters on the walls. You can say anything. Oh, I love if you're really bold, you can say, oh, I love my room. I think it's the only private place in my house. And sometimes I need my privacy. I need my privacy. I need privacy. Sometimes I need to be alone. Sometimes I want to be alone. Sometimes I need to get away from my family because I have a lot of homework to do, because I need to study for my exams, because I just like watching movies and I don't want to disturb my family with my movies, or just because whatever. I read some manga. Right? You answer this question. Give me I think about your favorite room. Answer the question. What part of your home do you like the most? That's the question I want you to answer. What part of your home do you like the most? In the comments, if you're here, what part of your home do you like the most? Take about 3 minutes. I'm going to try and write something. What part of your home do you like the most? And then step 1, simple answer, or lead in plus simple answer. Lead in plus simple answer. Step 2, it's a I think, put some and because. All right. All right, let's see if that works. We'll give it 5 minutes. So what I want you to do, okay. Oh, we're getting some answers. There we go. I think I like I like the toilet. You know what? I hit the toilet several times a day. My living room. It's great. Good. So you're getting the right. That's your adjective. It's great. Right? So I think my living room is great. And I spend a lot of time there. Or I think my living room is great. And I don't know. Or because. So I think my living room is great because we have a big couch, or because that's where the TV is, right? I think I like the toilet. Right. So you can say I think, but you can't say I think I like, because then you're not thinking anymore. So I think the toilet is my favorite place because, and then you, I'm going to leave that one up to you. Use your KR2AKJTAS7. You tell me why the toilet is your favorite. All right. Someone said the kitchen. All right. Kumano. I guess, I don't know what that means. Something about your mother cooking. The kitchen is your favorite place. So what you need to do is change that, right? Because that's the simple answer, right? Oh, let me think. I think kitchen. And then you need to go with, I think blah, 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 because. So I think the kitchen because, okay? So I think it's my favorite because it's spacious, or because it's so useful, because it's meaningful, right? You tell us why. So what do you think? What's your opinion of the kitchen? All right, user. I love my toilet because I can sing and dance. And okay. Maybe you want to change that to the bathroom. You can say toilet, and after you say sing and dance, your examiner will understand what you're talking about. Maybe just it just depends. Some people say toilet, I need to go to the toilet. And some people say I need to go to the bathroom. I would say bathroom just because toilet has two meanings, and you don't want them to be confused at all. If you say bathroom, we know we're just talking about that area and not on the toilet. But it still works. There's nothing wrong with that answer. There we go. Sal and I bat on said the first thing that pops into my mind, definitely my bedroom, because I can enjoy my private space. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. My bedroom. All right, so here's what you're missing. You say it's my bedroom because I can enjoy my private space. You need an and, all right, to make this a compound sentence. Right now, it's complex, but it's not compound. We need an and. All right, so the first thing that pops into my mind, definitely my bedroom, because I can enjoy my private space and I feel very comfortable there. And no one bothers me when I'm studying or relaxing. And just whatever. You just need one little bit of information, and that's it. That's how you get up to a band 8. That's the band 8 speaking part 1 answer. It's not difficult. It's just different. Different than normal, but not difficult. All right, LMAO. Yes, you like the bathroom because you can LMAO in the bathroom. Is it a good sign when the interviewer interrupts your answer? It depends. It depends, really. If you're in speaking part 2, then that's normal because that's their job. They're just supposed to stop you. If you are in speaking part 3, that can be a good sign. Yeah. So speaking part 2 is not good or bad. They have to, right? If they don't, then it's a bad sign for you because you're not talking enough, right? So speaking part 2, you need to talk for 2 minutes by yourself. But if you're in part 1 or part 3, then I'd say it's positive because it means you are speaking a lot. The interviewer is comfortable listening to you. They just need to they need to find out a little more information about your English. So here's what I'll say. When I'm examining someone and they're speaking fluently, they're speaking a lot, right? I ask them a question, they talk a lot. But they don't ever say anything in the past tense, right? I describe your favorite room. Describe your favorite room in your house. And you're just talking, oh, it's my room, it's my bedroom because it's so private. And I have all my clothes. I can just try on different outfits for my TikToks. And I read every day in my room. And I study and I talk to my friends on Messenger, and no one can hear me and no one can bother me. Everything I'm saying is in the present tense. But you need to show your grammatical range, right? So you have to say something in the past tense. If you forget this, a good examiner will interrupt you. They'll make it stop. And they will ask you another question to give you the chance to talk in the past tense. So it is good. It means you're doing well, but they need a little bit more so they can give you a better band score. That's it. Um, that's it. If they don't interrupt you, one, you're not talking enough, or two, I mean, you're doing everything perfectly. So if they interrupt you, it's a good sign. It just means, okay, whatever you were saying, switch the tense, change it, right? Or sometimes they'll say, okay, they are mispronouncing that word or they're using the wrong word. I'll ask them one more question to see if they figure out whatever. You might have one little problem and they want to give you the chance to fix it. So that's a very good question. Chabong Dangyo. Chabong Dangyo. Thank you for asking it. I will say LMAO and Kumano toilet. There's potential. It could be a good answer. Could be very funny. If you say my favorite place in my house is the toilet, you just go for it. Just be like, look, my favorite place is the toilet because I have to take a shit 3 times a day, or I go to the bathroom so many times because I just drink too much water, too much coffee, whatever. I drink too many Stings when I do my homework, so I always go to the toilet. You can say anything. You can say anything as long as you say it in that format. I think the toilet is great because it can hold all of my doo-doo. It can hold all of my poop and my seat is comfortable when I use the toilet, 3 times a day. Chabong Nangyo says she trembles. Yeah, and makes mistakes. Of course, it's scary. But I think if you learn how to answer every question the same way, it can help you be more confident. So there's 2 steps. One, confidence comes from competence. It means if you're good at something, you'll be confident when you do it. And then there's also fake it till you make it. Body language helps you with your confidence. Don't ask me why. That's like some psychology. Open your arm. I've actually got another guide I've written. You should contact my company, DSS Education. They can give you a free guide to confidence when speaking. But you just open yourself up. All right? Put your hands on the table. Don't cross them. Don't put them down by your side. Put them on the table. Palm up. Don't put them palm down. That's closed. Open. Chest out, head up. And if you put the right body language, then your words will come out better. Accent. Honestly, accent is the one thing here's what I'll say. Accent isn't actually a problem. Yeah, toilet. Yeah, toilet is risky, Chabang Daniel. Toilet's risky. That's why I say you got to be confident and you got to really go for it hard. Just say what you got to say and hope that it's funny. If it's funny, it's okay. If it's nasty, then you're not gonna do well. But back to Kumano. You don't need to improve your accent. You need to improve your pronunciation. And that comes from speaking slower. Right? It's tricky. People think that to speak fluently is to speak quickly, but it's not. I don't speak very quickly. I can, but I don't. And it's actually better for you to speak more slowly. Speak more slowly and pronounce your words. I saw someone else on TikTok. I don't remember the guy's name. He's from Vietnam. He's a public speaker. He has silver hair in Australia. And he talks about speaking. And here's what he said. You don't have a problem with your accent. You have a problem moving your mouth in the correct way to make the sounds of a new language. And so what he says is, you should move your mouth very big. Do a lot of motion, very exaggerated, very strong mouth movements will improve your pronunciation, because your problem is you say English words like a Vietnamese person, right? You use Vietnamese mouth to say English words. Honestly, I think it's okay. As long as you say all the sounds, you say your S at the end of everything, you'll be fine. So don't stress about that too much. Your pronunciation is where it is. That really only gets better by talking a lot. Is this legal to say? What? Talking about toilets? Sure. Let me show. Yeah, look. An examiner goes through how many tests? They get bored. They're actually very happy when someone comes in and talks about something. If you come in talking mad shit, then that will give them something interesting to talk about afterwards. So yeah, LMAO. I can't say do that on the test, but if you do, please let me know. Please let me know what happens, because you'll be the first one in history to get a band 9 talking about shit. No, I think it'd be funny. No, I think it's okay. I do it. Look, we can do a practice test. Yeah, we can do a practice test one day. DM me and we'll set up something, and we'll see how it goes. We'll do a practice test, just me and you. And if it works, then I'll give you my blessing. I'll say, okay, go ahead, go to the British Council and just do it. Right? We'll do a test. Shoot, where was I? I've gotten off track. You guys got what I was saying? Everyone who's been here should understand, right? So it's simple. It's simple. Just practice. Lead in and a simple answer. Whatever your question is. What sports do you like? This is speaking part 1. What sports do you like? Everyone, do a lead in and a simple answer right now. If you're here, do a lead in. I never thought about it. Oh, I don't really watch sports. Or, I love sports. Or, oh, I love this question. Anything. Hoang Viet Pham, I'm from America. I'm from Washington, D.C. That's where I was born. Where are you from, bud? And I know you're from Vietnam, but where? Where in Vietnam? Yeah. Everyone just know, if I ever say where are you from, I mean which province or even which city. I know Viet Pham. Everyone in Vietnam is from Vietnam. Never answer I'm from Vietnam. Just give your province. Right? I'm from Ho Chi Minh. I'm from Hanoi. I'm from Tai Nguyen. I'm from Anyang. Whatever. Say that. Don't say I'm from Vietnam. Don't say I'm from Vietnam. Good. LMAO. He got this. Look, I don't know if I can highlight this answer or something. I want everyone to look at user KR2AKJTAF7. Right? He gave the perfect step 1 answer to what sports do you like? He gave a lead in. He says, I've never thought about that. All right. And then he gives a simple answer. But I think I love football. Boom. That's the first step of getting a band 9. There are only 7 steps. All right. You want to get a band 9, you need to do 7 things. And he did the first one perfectly. All right. LMAO's from Haiphong. Okay. I'm still waiting on Hoang Viet Pham. Where are you from, buddy? There we go. Ku Tiu Nhi. I don't really like watching sports, but I like playing basketball because it helps me stay in shape. Okay, so that's very close to perfect, but you're going a little bit off course into step 2. Now, obviously, we have to do step 2, so there's nothing wrong with your answer, Ku. But for the first step, it's lead in, which you got, perfect. I don't really like watching sports, but, and then your simple answer, I like playing basketball. Boom, that's step 1 done. All right. Okay. Thank you, Hoang Viet Pham. You still didn't answer where you from. We'll do that. Yeah, sure. You can describe your city, but first do step 2, LMAO. Do step 2, which is I think blah 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 and blah 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 because blah blah blah. So I think, or let me give you my answer. That's interesting. My favorite sport is UFC, mixed martial arts. My favorite sport is MMA. And then you give your step 2, I think, blah, 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 because. I think it's the best sport. And I try to watch it, whenever I can. Because when I was young, I did martial arts. That's step 2. I think it's, if you say football, I think it's very interesting and I watch it all the time. And my favorite team is Manchester United because I don't know about Manchester United. Nam Ding. Oh, okay. Nam Ding. I'm trying to remember. I've never been to Nam Ding, but I feel like I've been near Nam Ding. Is Nam Ding near Hanam? Let me look it up. Give me 1 second. It's everything I don't know, it bothers me. Maps. Where's Nam Ding? Tai Binh. Well, zoom out. Yes. Okay. And near Hanam. Okay, yeah. It's between Hanam and Tai Binh. Yeah, I used to live in Hanam, and for a short time I lived in Tai Binh, but I just never made it to Nam Ding City. I drove past it but I never got to visit. But yeah, so everyone do step 2. I think, whatever sport you like, I think it's great, or I think it's fun, or I think it's so healthy, or I think, now, a truly high level speaker will use like an adverb. I think it's so healthy. I think it's very interesting. I think it's super amazing or super good for you. These extra words are clues, they're hints for your examiner that you're good at English. You don't have to use it now, right? So someone who is a natural band 8 or band 9, they're going to say, "Oh, I like football. I think football is like the number one best sport," right? They're going to say a lot of extra words to show their feeling here, all right? But you don't have to. But it helps. If you can, do it, but you don't have to. Don't even think about it. So I like football. I like boxing. I think boxing is so exciting and super interesting and very interesting and so cool because boxing takes a lot of skill. Oh, someone said boxing takes a lot of skills. Boxing is very difficult. Boxers are so cool. Boxers make a lot of money because whatever you think is okay. I think blah, blah, blah because blah, blah, blah. All right? That's it. That's the step 1 and 2 of Band 9 speaking. You guys want to try it? Yes. Using phrasal verbs is the key to getting a Band 8 and Band 9. You can't do it without them. However, there is a trick. There's a trick you can use. If you use the 2 phrasal verbs that I listed in the last video, you can get a high band score. Cool Tiuni says, how can I improve my English writing? So writing, here's the thing about TikTok, right? I can tell you exactly how to improve your writing, just very difficult or impossible to do on TikTok. I can't make a video where I just like show you the screen and I'm like typing. You will never see that. It won't work. Honestly, I'd say you need to get my course or DM me or something. But okay, so for example, writing has 2 parts. There's task 1, where you have to describe a picture. I know people are, what? Describe a picture? You don't think that's what writing task 1 is, but that's what it is. It's describing a picture. So to improve your task 1 right off the bat, don't think about the chart, the pie chart, the graph, the table, the bar chart, line graph. Don't think about it as a chart. Don't think of it as, no. Think of it as a picture. Your job is to describe that picture. And here's what I mean. This is so difficult. All right. Can I switch my camera? I can't switch the camera around. All right, well, let's try this. This is a good website. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's just, it's very difficult to do this on. But I do have a course. You can go to Udemy and find me. Maybe another time. All right. All right, so this is a table. That's not what I want to talk about. It would just confuse you. A table is a chart without pictures, but still a picture. All right, let's do task 2. And then they give you a process. Come on. Process it. Here's the thing. All writing task 1 is the same. But it's easiest to describe what you need to do if I can show you on a chart. And then you can apply the lessons from the chart to a process diagram or to a table. I got my own documents. I'll just open up mine. For writing part 2, all right, now, writing part 2, you don't have any ideas. But that's not true, because writing part 2 is actually all about giving your opinion. 90% of the time, you need to give your opinion. Sometimes you need to give other people's opinions too. All right, so here's what you do. Let me pull up my writing. Hold on. I have a bunch of documents that I made. I just got to pull up the writing. All right. 7 steps to Band 9 writing guide. All right, there's 7 steps you need to do for speaking, 7 steps you need to do for writing. All right, here we go. All right, so for writing task 2, all right, 7 steps. The first 4 steps are all about the introduction. All right, here in the introduction, you're going to write your whole essay. All right, so you get those 250 words easy. Do I have a YouTube channel? Yes, but it just has YouTube Shorts. It just has YouTube Shorts on it. There's some other videos. You may be able to find it. It's the same username, the same name as on TikTok, at have_IELTS_will_travel. Same name, TikTok, YouTube. Should be able to find it. Just search. Okay, but let's go to part 2 real quick. There's too many. There's too much to talk about the IELTS in one live. But all right, so you're in writing task 2. You get a question like this. Can you guys see this? Nowadays, technology is increasingly being used to monitor what people are saying and doing. In many cases, the people being monitored are unaware that this is happening. Do you think the advantages of this development outweigh the disadvantages? So, it's asking you a simple question. It seems tricky, talking about advantages and disadvantages, but it's asking you your opinion, all right? Do you think cameras monitoring, all right, security cameras and cell phone tracking, do you think tracking is more advantageous, or do the advantages of tracking more good or more bad? Does it have more advantages or more disadvantages? Oh, it's Top G. Top G joined the channel. Good to see you, buddy. Talking about writing. This looks like this. This is the YouTube channel. Let's see if this works. It's new. Search at have there at have IELTS will travel. What? That's some crazy stuff. None of that is me. That's so funny. That's the name. Why doesn't it show me? All right. Add in Dan Rogers. Really? So as you can see, I'm not very popular on YouTube. Honestly, I've not. YouTube takes a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, there's my channel. It's called Dan Do That. So maybe just type that in. Dan Do That. You'll have to filter it. You'll have to filter by channels. Yeah, you filter by channels, and then you get me. So yeah, actually, if you go to my YouTube, you will find some extra long videos. I didn't realize full free lessons that other people have to pay for. All right, Kutuni, have a good night, bud. Actually, I need to go to bed too. Post a link on my comment, sure. Do you have? I don't know what that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chung Hui, for watching. Everyone, I'll call this a day. I think you got it. Here's what I'll say. If you want the guide, right, you never have to watch me again. You can get this 7 steps to band 9 speaking. It goes through every step so that you get a band 9. All right? There's 7 steps. Boom. And you're speaking. All right? The first line, you tell your thoughts. Then you tell a story from the past. You talk about your future. You give some advice. Someone else wrote this. And they wrote the British style. Advice. All right? You use an idiom and 2 phrasal verbs. And then you talk about what other people think and feel and what they would do. The last step is actually pretty complex. But so this guide, it's here. If you want it, you can have it. It just goes through. Boop, 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 boop. There's video. Where's the video? I'll put the video in there. Oh, I'm glad we did this. I'm missing one of the videos. All right, anyway, it just boom. Tells you how to do step 7. All right. Oh, missing 2 videos. Oh, I haven't recorded that one. Anyway, if someone buys this, I'll record it. So you can buy this if you go to this QR code. This is not a sales video, but I want people to have this. So you do this, and then you get the guide, and you learn everything you need to know. You don't have to sit through, 2 hours of me. Is it hard to improve your speaking score from 6.5 to 7.5? If you have a 6.5 already, to get to a 7.5, you only need to learn how to answer the questions correctly, and you may need to do some practice with adverbs. All right. 1 month is enough time. All right. It's enough time. Um, if you get the guide, tell me, and I'll give you some private one-on-ones, no charge. All right. Because I want everyone to pass the IELTS. It seems like it's very difficult, but there's ways. There's a way. There's a way to pass. Everyone can pass. So I want to ask though, Hui, why do you need a 7.5? What is your goal? Hey, Quack. LMAO wants a 7. Okay, why? I always ask, why do you want that score? What do you want to do? You want to go study somewhere? Go get a job somewhere? What's the why? Hui? If you already got a 6.5, what do you want to get a 7.5 for? Why? You want to get a good job. And LMAO wants a good university. Okay, I understand. I do. Anyway, okay. So university. Hui studies in university now. LMAO, you don't need to get a high band score to talk to more foreigners. You just do that. That's just something you do. Just join some Facebook groups. Momo wants to expand their vocabulary. Honestly, you know what? That's difficult. It depends on the vocabulary you want. If you want to do like academic vocabulary, then you just have to take some classes. But if you just want to, improve your like fluency and normal speaking, like phrasal verbs, things like that, gaming. Just become a gamer. Start gaming. Gamers, I find gamers have usually very good vocabulary, like normal vocabulary. Sometimes grammar is not the best, but as far as fluency, pronunciation, and lexical resource, you just be a gamer, online gamer in English. Obviously, you have to do it in English. It will improve quickly because you will be forced to talk with foreigners. That's what I say, LMAO. If you want to talk to more people, start gaming, join some games online. Chen Van Zoong, hello. Thank you for saying hello. Tik Chu, hello as well. You missed a good lesson. But I'll try to come back on again tomorrow. At first, I just came on because I wasn't going to make a TikTok tonight. Usually, I try to make a TikTok every night or every other night, but I was feeling late. I was feeling too lazy to make a TikTok, so I did a live. But actually, I had a lot of fun talking with you guys. Next time, though, I want some people to join me in the live. Just join me and we'll talk. Yeah, shy, right. Shy is the number one speaking problem, I think. I'm in Vietnam, Tic Chu. I live here. I live in Vietnam. People don't believe that I live in Vietnam. I'm in Ho Chi Minh City, but not in the city. Um, yeah, for shyness, open up your chest wide, open your arms. All right, sit up straight, back tall. Put your hands on the table. Put them down like that. Don't put them like that because you might get tight, get tense. You put them like that, you can just play, but you can't do anything. All right, this will keep you loose, relaxed, free. All right, when you talk, if you say something positive, shake your head. If you say something negative, shake your head. And positive, nod your head, nod. Thank you for watching, Hui. Honestly, I didn't think anyone would watch. When I went live on like YouTube or Twitter, I will do a Twitter space. That's another tip. You guys got to get on them Twitter spaces. It's no video, just voice. Anonymous, just talking, practicing English. Twitter spaces, get on it. But yeah, no one watches me when I'm live. So I'm happy to meet you all. And I hope we can do this again. Is this like a good time? I think I started at like 9:30 or something like that. If 9:30 is good for you guys, put a thumbs up, and maybe I'll do 9:30 tomorrow as well. Momo, I've been in Vietnam for 3 years now. Been here for 3 years. Yeah, and, so Hui, I hope I'll see you again. LMAO, next time, jump in. What's my Twitter account? Twitter is a dangerous place. I don't know if I can share my Twitter account. You know how Twitter is. Twitter got too much triple X. Don't mess with Twitter. I don't mess with Twitter with people. But you should. If you have Twitter, join Twitter Spaces. I'll add my Twitter handle. It's actually probably the same thing. It's at have IELTS will travel. Let me see. I'm gonna load it up. Don't look. Y'all close your eyes. I don't want you to see something nasty. All right, so my Twitter is, so just like I said, it's the same. If you look here, it's have IELTS will, and then it says will travel. My Twitter is the same. Yeah, LMAO, mine does too. It's packed full of girls, so I can't show it too much. Don't laugh at me, Momo. I'm just a normal person. Everyone likes the same kinds of things. Everyone has some naughty stuff on Twitter. You can't do anything about that. I can't hide it. And with Twitter, you never know. When you open it, sometimes just booty will be in your face when you first open it. It's not good. All right, anyway, so have _IELTS _will _travel. The same, right? Elon Musk. Look, Elon Musk is the same. What do you think? You think that's why he bought Twitter? just because he doesn't want people to watch him. No. Yeah, you should. You follow me on Twitter. We can do a Twitter space, right? And we just practice English. No one can see your face, so you don't have to be shy. No one can see your name, right? So that's why I think Twitter's good. And we can get many, many English speakers together, all right, and practice. Yeah. Hey, Ariane from the Philippines. Maybe I'll get back there one day. Elon Musk loves Twitter girls. I believe that. He bought it so that he could like DM people, and no one can dox him. Yeah, of course I use Facebook. Of course. Facebook is just my name, though. We can go over that one day. You know, I don't know. Facebook is hard to link. You just have to search by the name. I'll try to put a link in the description or something. Every time I give people Facebook, they can't do. I don't know. The link doesn't work, or like on Zalo. I don't know. I'll give you the link. We'll work it out. But yeah, so I think we're done. Look, if you want to learn about writing, I'll make that available, because I have a guide for everything. Here's what I'll say, Ming Fung 422. Link your Facebook. Give me your Facebook, and I'll add you. It's easier. Just send me your Facebook, and I'll add you. You know what works though? I think is if you like join a group, right? A group link can work. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll work it out. Anyway, that's it. We're done. So next time, tomorrow, we'll shoot for tomorrow 9:30. Okay. It was great to see everybody. Just DM me, Ming Fu, okay? And then I can give you the link. Because Facebook names, I don't know, they're not normal. And if they are normal, then mine isn't. So bye guys. I know what Ketman Voy Toy means.